Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Week Review with Sean Rock. I am Sean, the Keenan Torres here. And of course, I am joined along with.
This is your boy, Ciroc. Damn, you say Sheen?
I almost said the one thing, the one name that I hate people calling me.
Sheen.
I hate it.
Honestly, I used to pronounce it like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
When I was younger. I don't know. When I was younger, and it was a guy in my class, I don't know, maybe like second grade, first grade, and he was they called him Sean.
Yes, it's Sean.
And then I saw like a list.
You saw his name.
I was like, wait a minute.
It looks like
Sean
C with an N.
And it's seen.
It looks like C with an N. But who calls C with an N? It's Sean all day. It's not C on. It's not C N. I mean, come on, C N. Even then, it's not seen. It's C N. It's not even seen. It's C N. It's C. So C N. It's C N.
They should at least put like an H in there somewhere. It's just like
no, there should be no H. There's no H in my name. My name is spelled the right way.
All right, fair enough. I can't talk, man. My name's Ciroc, so it was like
I know, right?
At the same time, I'm looking at Shaw's name in the year, but he probably looking at mine like, wait, that's how you spell Ciroc? Like, oh, Ciroc.
Man, I've been spelling with a C. I've been propping them up with vodka the whole time, and it's got an S in it. What?
Oh, speaking of that, I got the funniest, like, I don't know if it was a name mess up, I guess you can call it. But you know, when you go to any coffee shop, well, you say Starbucks, for instance, right?
Yeah.
You always got to give a name for the order. I went to Buddy Brew. I think it was Buddy Brew. Buddy Brew over by like Oxford Exchange. Basically, a little.
Yeah, really, I've heard of them. Are they pretty good?
Yeah, really good. And the lady had the mask on, the barista, and you know, I placed my order. She's like, "Name for the order?" I was like, Ciroc. And like, she's like, "What?" I was like, "It's Ciroc." And she kind of gave me that look, but I couldn't really, you can't see somebody's mouth. It kind of,
you're
tell
like,
what they're really, their emotions.
We're all judging eyes, like we're all judging eyes.
So then I just told her, I was just like, just spell it, however you want. And I don't even know if she heard me what I said the first time. So obviously, fast forward, my coffee comes up, and I look on the cup, and guess what? It says slaw, like SLAW. I was like, who the hell? I said, spell it the way you want, not what you thought you heard.
Yeah. You probably heard him call it out. You probably heard slaw.
We have a mocha chocolate for slaw. Is there a slaw in here? And luckily, I was the only person waiting for coffee. But I even had to look at it like, this can't be mine. Like, I had to ask the dude, like, what's in this again? Did I order this? But yeah, I thought that was funny. So, and this girl from work, I put it on my Instagram story. So she's been calling me slaw ever since. So,
God, yeah. I missed that one on your story.
I'm no longer telling people.
I gotta make one of those story things though, man. People be checking those things out. I'm trying to build my whole follower base, and all that stuff.
Stories are weird though. They're like,
it is this short 30-second clip of what you did that day. Not even what you did that day. This is your best moment of that day.
Yeah, it's like it's your day in pictures, but none of the pictures are worthy enough to be an actual like post. I guess.
Because it goes away. It's like, this was my good day, but it's not a day that I'm gonna like save in memoriam.
Well, you could save them now.
Oh no, I know you can save them. I'm saying not normal.
Yeah, it's like, I don't have any pictures to post, but I need to communicate in some form of fashion. So here's what I ate for breakfast. Winning, and hashtag winning or something like that.
That part I will give you. You are definitely the communicator of the show.
But I go like on rants though. Like I'll if I have make a story, it's like 4 stories in a row real quick. But then I won't do anything for like a week after that. Just
but at least you're putting out. That's 4 days, man. That's 4 days worth of stuff.
That's very true.
Me, I'm like, I'll post like on our Twitter feed, hey, we got a new show up, and then I'm like, what else do I do?
Interesting. Interesting. And it's always funny when you see like people who are not really into social media much that have accounts. They're trying to get into it, and like they don't know really what to post. So like it's always funny. You'll see a story like it'll just be like a picture of a random lizard they saw on the ground. It'd be something that doesn't make any sense at all.
Okay, I'm not that bad. I mean, I'll at least try to make it make a little sense, or put a little caption underneath it. Say if it does make sense, I'll at least write what I'm trying to make it say.
Oh my God. But that's like my mom. Like I remember when she got on Facebook for the first time,
Oh
and she would,
God.
and obviously, I mean, you can't not be friends with your mom on Facebook.
Yeah.
But
My
she would
kids
make.
aren't. My kids are not friends with me on Facebook.
My mom requested me specifically, so it was like, I had to say yes. And she lived in the same city, so I could avoid her. But I remember she'd make comments like on pictures and posts like what you expect your mom to say, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, Ciroc, you look very handsome. Can't wait to see you later. Love you, mom. Bye. And I'm like, Mom, you can't comment that. People can see
Okay.
that.
Okay. Let me tell you what I did once. Right. Right. All right. So my daughter, she was one of the first Instagram, not for one of the first, but she had an Instagram when she was,
First Instagram ever.
when she was younger. Yeah. And I saw some kid posting up on there, like, how you looking good, and blah 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 blah. Man,
Delete right now.
I jumped down his shit. I was like, look at here. That's my daughter you talking about. You better talk
you did it like that.
I went straight this in, man. I did. After that, my daughter deleted me from her Instagram after that.
I thought you like went to her and was like, who is Swag Daddy 2017 making this?
Oh, trust me, I did afterwards. I did after I went in on him. I went to her to ask, and not long after that, she deleted me off her Instagram. So everyone else is on her Instagram. Well, except for me and my wife, but everyone else, her mother's on her Instagram. Yeah, I got blocked.
Let me ask you this:
She said she's gonna unblock me, but I'm still waiting for that day.
Would you block like family members, like sensitive family members, on like your social media platforms?
So, okay, let's go into that.
I guess it depends on what it is,
because it actually feeds in a little bit of something else. But let's go into this a little bit. So, we come from Black families, right? Mm-hmm. So when you come from a Black family, there's gonna be some in the family who don't want you to really fool around with other races, especially a white person.
You got flack for that.
I've got some members of my family who are older, who went through some of the harder moments of our country, so they are not, I won't say they're against white people, but they don't really associate with them.
They're stuck in their old ways, I guess.
Yeah. So, I have to kind of like make sure, and they're kind of new to the whole social thing. Mm-hmm. So I don't want them to pop off and say something stupid.
It's so stupid, like, yo, Sean, you're cool, but your great uncle, that dude need to be banned on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't want to say something. So I had to, block them a little bit, just kind of keep them a little bit like, hey, you can see just me, but nothing else.
It's funny, like, you say that we have like older relatives who are more race sensitive than others. I remember when I went to Paige's like for Christmas back home where in Massachusetts where her family lived. And they had like a
Boston.
Family yeah, Boston. Not Boston.
I don't know. I'm just saying
little town. And sometimes I wonder because like her not entire family was here, but a lot of people was there. I was like, damn. I was thinking like somebody in here like statistically doesn't like me.
Yeah, I know.
Like there has to be.
If there's 10 people in that room, at least 2 don't like you.
Don't do any Black thing right now. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nah, but
don't
they're
the teeth.
Great.
Don't suck the teeth, man. Don't.
Nah, they were great. I had a great time actually. But yeah, man, there's always going to be somebody in your family who has different views and extremely different views, and that's okay. I mean, you kind of want some resistance in there. If everybody was all on the same page,
that wouldn't be interesting, man. I mean, that's you want some interest
interesting in your family. You want your family to be chosen. If something happened, they had to build like a giant Noah's Ark. I'm like, all right, why should we take your family? What's cool about your family? Like, well, we in a circus.
They can debate. They can make sure that you get what you need because they want it too.
Right. Exactly.
That if anything, that's what my family taught me was to argue my point. To make sure that I get my point out no matter what.
Don't be boring, man. If catastrophe happens, make sure you get chosen.
Yeah,
but I was gonna say, speaking of catastrophe, well, not catastrophe, but I guess cool things that could happen in the future, and that's not a cool thing that happened in the future. But SpaceX,
oh yes, the future is now.
That's Elon Musk company, obviously not Tesla, but
I mean, it's under the umbrella.
Under the umbrella, whatever. He has hands in a lot of different stuff, but
he's a billionaire for a reason.
Exactly. Probably a trillionaire in who knows a couple decades. But 4 astronauts to International Space Station, also carrying a Baby Yoda.
Wait, okay. So I didn't know about the Baby Yoda, but I do know a little bit about the astronauts. So
I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
So there's 4 astronauts, male and a female, white, Caucasian, an African American, and a Japanese astronaut.
And don't forget a Jedi. Japan. Baby Yoda is on there.
And then I didn't know about the Jedi Baby Yoda, so I'll let you explain that. but I watched the launch, and that was pretty cool. I'm not even gonna lie. That 8-minute little window, when everything bad can happen to the space shuttle that we've seen, on TV. I'm like
with the Challenger, right?
Yeah. So that's why it's like you gotta make it past that window. You gotta make it past that window, because I mean that's because they're getting into it now. They're like, look, these people are going this fast. They got this much fuel underneath them. They're asking, right? And that's what they're doing. They're asking former astronauts, like, were you terrified during that moment? How did you feel during that moment? And the astronauts like, well, yeah, it's a little scary, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, listen, you ever been in a rocket before? Like,
yeah, that's pretty much what they're saying. It's like, hey, yeah, but I'm also going faster than any other human has ever been before.
That's insane. I guess like the scary part is like just being in space, knowing that like if you somehow accidentally get out of your suit, or something happens to your suit while you're doing like a spacewalk,
or you're actually out,
if the hole's been breached, like you're dead. Like that's it. No air. There's no plan B.
Because the space wants that oxygen. It's gonna suck it out of that suit.
Unforgiving. So yeah, that's
but I want to see that's. So would you ever want to go to space?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be cool?
I say that, but I feel like the opportunity came around, I'd be like,
okay. I hear you. But I have this throw there against it. Going to space is scary because once you pass that little window, there's no parachute that's gonna work.
Yeah, like you need a spaceship to come back. That's the thing. Like, if your shit break down out there, it's a wrap.
It's a done deal. But when it comes to a plane, if it has a mechanical failure, same deal. There's no return. It's just oh, that's it. So it's still the same. It's still the same thing in my book. So that's why I'm like, okay, we're gonna go to space. We're gonna go to the moon. Sign me up. Let me get my hotel room on the moon. Let me spend 4 days and 3 nights.
4 days, 3 nights on this rock,
checking out the moon. Yeah, give me some.
Yeah, like
space
what
rocks.
Type of attractions would be on the moon? Like
space rocks, man. Give me some space rocks.
All right, let's see. You can jump around. What else? If you discover something, please make sure to let us know first, so we can put our name on it.
Hey, they discovered water on the moon.
Don't jump too high because you may not come back down. Yeah, and you signed a waiver, so there's no way we can get you back. I'm sorry.
How would it feel if you were Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin and you know the first 2 men ever on the moon?
Yeah,
what
are
you
they
take you take that first jump, and all of a sudden you're not quite coming down quite as quick. You're like, wait.
Yeah, it's like, boy, I hope this works. So they bouncing around like, so this is space. All right.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not much to look at, but oh look, what's that blue? Oh, that's Earth. That's where we came from. Oh,
hey, that's far away. Yeah, it's far.
Exactly. You think they thought about like, you know what? Why don't we just not go back if we just live here now?
I don't think that was ever an option. You know why?
Yeah.
Because there's no women up on that rock with them.
There's nothing.
No women, no adult magazines. There was definitely no internet back then.
Let me ask you this. Do you think like, so obviously we know there's no breathable anything in space, well, for us at least. Do you think like, what if that wasn't true? You know what I mean? Like, what if like no one just ever tried it? You know what I mean? Like they went into space and it was like, you know what? I'm gonna put this theory to the test. He just took it off and nothing happened.
I've thought about that once, because you know how they always say, well, we can't go to this planet or that planet because it's a gas giant, or it's got this much oxygen or this much nitrogen in the air. Right. You can't breathe all that. But how do we really know?
Yeah, and how do we know like you're like there's something that your body can do that's just never been tested before.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
we've never been to Mars to see if the gravity is really going to be that much of an effect on us. To
Yeah.
see if the
Like,
air is really going to work. It
do we
might
even
work.
need food? Okay. Now we
Well, I
gotta
mean,
go
yeah,
far,
yeah,
but
yeah. You need to. You need to. But can you survive off of whatever the Mars grows? I mean, they don't grow
probably
food.
not.
They may have some edible rocks there, and we just don't know.
Edible rocks. Oh, it tastes like chicken a little bit. Not bad.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think
the
I can
rocks
stay
might
here on
like
Mars.
compress. I mean, we have freeze dry strawberries. That's nothing different than rock.
This sounds like some caveman type shit. Like, I'm not trying to relive. I'm not trying to start over. It's too late. I'm too far ahead in technology. I can't give up my phone. I can't give up my laptop. Eating moon rocks.
Eat moon rocks, no
Getting
internet, no
high. You
cable,
just
no
keep getting
nothing.
higher and higher. You just float off into an abyss or something like that. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
The uniforms are
Anyway.
cool though. The uniforms reminded me of the Avengers. Uniforms they were because they look just like the Avengers uniform. Not quite as cool, a little less
There's
production
somebody
value,
who is
but
dedicated to going to
definitely.
space because they saw the Avenger movie.
I'm saying that's what Elon said. Elon saw the Avengers movie before it came out. He's like, my astronauts are going into space with those on, and that's what they did. I mean, look at the movie, and then look at the uniforms. It is so close,
That's
so
true.
very close.
I think like he's just like maybe that's his whole like strategy is just like I got the money. Why wouldn't it work?
Speaking of having the money,
I wouldn't be
before
surprised if he didn't invent like a magic carpet like Aladdin. It's like, well, I
he's
saw
he's
Aladdin.
trying to do a hyperloop here, which I'm all for the hyperloop. I can get from New York to LA in a couple hours.
Yeah, but
Hell yeah,
I never really tried
hell
it.
yeah.
Like, all right, but anyway, what were you
I
saying?
mean,
Go ahead.
but you travel more though. Think about it though. If you can make it from here to Los Angeles in maybe 2 hours, all you gotta do is hop on this little underground train. Come on.
God, that's terrible. I don't know about LA earthquakes and stuff, and next thing you know,
I'm sure by the time it gets close to
you be in the
California, then
history
you'd be like
books
above
as
ground.
the Hyperloop massacre of 2020 when 10,000 people got stuck underground going to LA for no apparent reason.
Oh my God, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, but yeah. So, but speaking of Elon Musk, before we move on, is if you have a chance to you want to buy some stock quick, fast, and hurry, they're joining the S&P stock and the S&P 500 next month.
Already got it. Already did it. I held on to my Tesla stock, and it's doing good things. But I kind of
it's about to do even better once they go public. Ooh, boy.
I'm just hoping
The
like
S&P.
It's always hype though. That's the thing, man. All the stock market is hype. Like, I mean, I support
that's
Tesla,
all it is.
and I support Elon and everything is done, and I think that's the future. But a lot of people get into it for the wrong reasons, trying to make a quick flip, which I ain't mad at them for it. But that it affects the up and down so much, so I just like, ugh.
I'm in it not for the quick flip, but I'm in it for the flip because I mean most of my stock, I'm not gonna lie, is in pharmaceuticals. I've bought stock and
Oh, really?
one of the ones we're gonna discuss today later on is Moderna. I bought stock in them, but the first one I bought stock in was Pfizer. As soon as I found Pfizer was a part of Oxford and they were the ones working on the vaccine the most, I actually before that story even broke on the news, I had read it on something, and that's when I bought stock in them. And then it broke on the news. I'm like, yep, I already bought my stock.
Yeah, they probably already got a vaccine. They just have it's like a season. They have like a scheduled all right, we're gonna drop the vaccine in August, okay, but it's only gonna be 80% effective. And then come October, we're gonna hit them with the 95% effective vaccine. Like they play this stuff out.
So how funny is it that so Moderna, let's talk about it now. So we were, Moderna, they have a vaccine that's 94.5% effective. This is, one of shock story. So how funny is they came out with the 90% effective rate story the Monday after the election.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure
I mean,
out,
the
though.
Monday after the election. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I don't know if I'm okay with 90% effect. I need that 99.9.
Oh, yeah. I want the 99.9 too. But I'm just saying, the fact they came out with something right after the election. Trump's like, vaccines coming. And all of a sudden we vote Biden in. And then there's a vaccine that Monday.
Yeah, a vaccine been here. We just seeing what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think that's seriously what they did. I think they're like, can we
Mm,
do it with this guy? Let's just hold
yeah, it's
on
like
to it for a little
who
bit. Let's just
who
hold
do
on
who
for
do
a
we
little
want to represent our vaccine?
bit. Yeah, we don't want this crazy guy in Britain because this Boris Johnson guy because he's a loon. So maybe we'll try. Oh wait, no, we have Trump. No, we don't want to do Trump. It's
You
not
know,
do
Trump
Trump.
would have put his face on the damn bottle
Oh,
with a thumbs
everywhere.
up. Like,
It would have said Trump
remember, I did
vaccine.
this. Yeah,
It would
Trump
have said
scene.
Trump scene.
Get that new Trump scene. Hell yeah! I grabbed it right from the bottom shelf.
That's exactly what they would have done. Exactly. Oh
Now it's
man.
still in like like
Testing. It's still in final stages of testing. Yeah.
right, but nobody ever really knows like the long term effects, right?
No, especially this new of a vaccine that was literally developed within a year. No
Yeah.
vaccines are
Why
developed
can't they
within a
do
year.
like shit like that for other stuff? Can you hear
There
me
you
now?
go.
My
Yeah,
bad, I
I
lost
don't
for a second
know.
there. But yeah, man, like they get that shit done really quick sometimes. You know, it makes you think like, all right,
So
well,
quick.
it's obviously was like an incentive as well, but
Yeah, I mean, base of the world, nobody can
yeah,
really survive this
I
unless
know
you're
we're
like,
like, hey,
under 40,
hey,
basically,
Moderna.
or under 50. But at the same time, it's like quick. A
Less
year to
than a
make a
year.
vaccine.
This is
Yeah,
less than
less
a
than a
year.
year. January to I'm sure they started working on something they found out about China, but January to November. Let's go the whole 11
Yeah,
months.
it must be
But
really easy to make a
still,
vaccine. Like, what if it is? What
The
if
AIDS vaccine took what 20 years,
I don't
and
know? I'm about to
and it's not even a vaccine. It's just something that may help you if you get it.
listen. I might go on
So
YouTube and just Google how to make a vaccine.
I know.
how
Well,
to make how to
there's a
make a good
YouTube.
vaccine.
There is a YouTube for everything, including that because if you go on YouTube right now, you type in how to make not a vaccine. Actually, you probably type in how to make a vaccine, but how to make elixirs, which is basically what a vaccine is. There are tons of videos of people telling you this will
Yeah.
work for your health, this will work for your skin, and they mix all these things together. And I've only seen a couple of them. It's just because
I don't know, man. It might work.
I don't know, but
It's
okay, if it
work.
works, look at the people that are doing it though. I mean, it's just
Makes
they
you
don't exactly.
sterilize the needle. I'm like, what does that even mean? Where do you get them needles from? Like, it's just, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
You're not in the
it's real
environment to make a
questionable.
vaccine.
Yeah, just like
Dog hair be like,
maybe.
how did this dog hair get in?
Yeah, you
get in
got
the
wood
batch?
chips, falling around you and stuff. I mean,
Boogers, sneezing, all types of shit. Is it tobaccos? What the fuck is tobacco?
Oh,
Nicotine in the vaccine. How did that happen?
exactly. Oh my god, no. No.
Imagine like freaking junkies like, hey man, you got that vaccine? Come on, man. How much for that vaccine? How much? I mean, that's kind of
Oh
how it is.
god. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Oh, that's crazy. That's
Drug
good.
dealing
Moderna's about to make some money though. They have a vaccine that the entire world needs. Pfizer's right behind them.
We'll see.
Pfizer's
Yeah, I was about to
vaccine
say
is
there's
also
always
in
going to be
final trials.
competition that's like there's 94.5, ours 94.511. Like it's
Yeah. But I mean,
whatever.
both these companies, pharmaceutical companies make money hand over fist all day
Yeah,
long.
regardless.
I mean, outside of tech, I mean, they're actually them and tech are the two biggest ones out there. I mean, don't quote me on that. I just think that. I just think that in my head.
Oh no, I mean,
but I
it's
mean, it
probably
makes
true.
sense.
What
How
happened?
they're about
Go
to
ahead.
make a vaccine that the entire world has to take, not just
I don't
a
think you have to
country
take
like
it.
the flu's that. I mean, no, you do.
Do you have
You're
to take
pretty much
it?
gonna. You're probably gonna die if you don't. You already had COVID once. Do you
Like, do
really
I
want to
have
have it again?
would I have to take it?
Yes. Or is you gonna get COVID again?
Like, would it be? I'm just
The
saying, would it
immunity
be like
doesn't
against?
last.
Would it be against the law if you didn't take a
Oh,
COVID-19 vaccine?
here
I
comes
mean,
Ciroc as the
listen. No, no,
anti-vaxxer.
no, no.
As the
I take
anti-vaxxer,
it.
here he
I
comes.
take it. But I'm just wondering, like, if that's like
No,
a
it wouldn't be
thing.
mandatory. It'd probably be like the measles vaccine, all that kind of stuff, where it's like, you should take it. It's gonna help you,
But you don't have
but
to.
it's optional. But
Hmm.
I'm not gonna be one of the first ones in line though. That's the thing, because like you were saying about the long-term effects, a vaccine that takes 11 months to come up with, there's no way you've tested anything long-term with this vaccine at all.
Yeah, I mean, well, YOLO, baby, YOLO. Something, hey, YOLO in the morning. Give me some of that
Well, the
vaccine,
fact of it
baby.
is, if you think about it, there's one person who died in Brazil from the testing, and there's one person
Really?
who got really, really ill from the testing in somewhere in Europe. So
That's okay.
I mean,
Hey,
it's only
listen,
2
there's
out of
gonna be
however
some
many.
losses. Listen, I know, but like
Yeah,
2
there's
people,
gonna be,
one got sick, one died out of however many people they tested.
yeah. That's the thing. We don't know how many people are tested. For all we know, they
See,
tested 8, and that's like a good 40% of their they tested. But they could have
no,
just tested. They could have
they
tested
were doing like
1,000.
they were doing like
And then that's just
voluntary.
dropping them in the bucket. Honestly, as a person with everything under the bus on that list of things of things to not have if you get COVID, I have all that crap.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have volunteered for had I known you could volunteer. I would have volunteered for the testing, just because who
I don't
else
know.
could you get? Who else could you get to really test it besides me? If you really want an efficacy of the of this vaccine to really help the elderly
Mhm,
or people with mass conditions, health
mhm,
conditions, put in the guy who's young enough to survive it, who survived a whole bunch of stuff already.
mhm.
Why
They're not
not
gonna do
put
that.
it? But why not though? I mean, think about it from a perspective. Who wouldn't it help more than hurt me?
Uh,
Think about it.
well,
If you give it to me,
I
you
think they're
now
just
know you
looking
can give it
like,
to you now know if you give it to
well,
me,
you want
you
like
now
a
know you
health,
can
you
give
want like a healthy, like I would think you'd want like a healthy person who, you know,
yeah. But
I mean, I think
healthy
the whole point
sick.
of the vaccine is just to counteract the virus, right?
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
you have to give it to these elderly people who are mainly sick. The ones that are gonna get it first are gonna be the elderly. So if you want to test it on an elderly person,
Mhm.
but someone who's not actually elderly, give it to someone who has everything that's
My body's
an
young, my
80-year-old should
mind is
have.
old.
Yeah, give it to someone who has an 80-year-old internal organs and say, hey, are you gonna live or are you gonna die? We're about to find out.
Like, hey, you like they just go to a hospital room, say, hey man, you want to try something?
Well, no, I mean they'll
Give
probably,
it
and
to me.
that's one thing, they would probably stick me in a hospital for a month just for the testing, and I would be okay with that because it would prove that they could give it to anyone, that they could give it to people with a heart condition, people with diabetes, people with kidney trouble. If you give it to me and I live, you can now give it to everybody.
That's all right. That's gonna be like their mission statement. We can give it to Sean, and he lives. We can give
Yeah,
to everybody.
I'm
We
just
can
saying
give to
this guy has all this shit wrong with him. He lives, so come on down.
Jesus. Oh my God. Hopefully they're not listening. Oh man.
He's like, I need my co-host.
I am
Don't be trying
willing.
some.
I am willing. Please kill me. Kill me.
No,
Oh
they gotta
man.
pay though. I mean, they got to pay. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
I don't know. You sound. I mean, you sound too excited. It might be. You might have to pay them to volunteer.
No. They got to pay. Nothing's free in America. So let's get that. Let's get
Um.
that out there.
Oh man.
So speaking of nothing being free in America, I'd ask you to watch a documentary that you actually had already watched over the week that we missed the show because we had a torrential flood and a tropical storm and all that crazy stuff last week.
ETA or ETA. That's what I call it.
ETA, yeah,
Storm
I know,
ETA.
right? That's what I thought it was.
Hurricane
I thought it
ETA.
was I thought it was Hurricane ETA. They're like, no, it's ETA. I'm like, but
Yeah.
it says ETA. If you want to say ETA, put a
Estimated
thing
time
over
wrong.
the A.
Yeah, I'm watching the next hurricane. Just be I don't know, like IDN, IDK.
I know.
Like
I know,
ETA.
right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
IDK. Wait, is that a
That's the name of the
hurricane?
hurricane.
Are you answering the question? What?
No, and then people were like, no, it's Hurricane Ick. No, it's
Yeah.
not no Hurricane Ick. It's
Yeah, and then,
it's IDK. I don't know.
Here come SMH. Like, oh God, you guys get it together. Come on, come on, move out the way. I'm coming through.
Yeah. But last week was crazy. So, but the document that we were speaking on is called Class Action Park.
Oh yeah.
So this documentary, let's go ahead and the reason why I asked him to watch, he had already watched. The reason I asked him to watch this because this is crazy. I decided to watch it. on the off chance. It's one of those documentaries that I wanted to watch because I
Right.
saw the preview of it and like that reminded me of my childhood. Because
Have you been there?
No, I've not been there. It's in New Jersey, and this was a time when I wasn't old enough and didn't have enough money to travel. The 80s and the 90s. So, but the 80s and the 90s was dangerous, man. I'm telling.
Yeah,
Rides were dangerous
drugs.
back.
That was the thrill. You can live. That's how you really live.
Yeah, you really could. Without all these cameras and things around, there is so much stuff.
Yeah,
that
it almost makes you want to question,
harm you, and really mess you up.
Yeah, it's like I want to question like what my parents were doing, like because I was born in '89, so it's like, yo,
yeah, you missed that 80 part. Yeah, you missed some 80 stuff.
No camera phones, no videos, no internet. Like, yeah,
the only way to record something was with the camcorder that was the size of like half your body.
Right. If you didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. So we watched this documentary, and I've got to say, the slides and the things on this documentary were just fantastic because it's the kind of things that you wish you did that you did come up with in your head, but you knew there's no way possible that it could ever happen because
like
it was crazy.
Extremely
I'm not even gonna say crazy, but it was dangerous. There you go. It's like that's probably too dangerous to really be real. But then comes along a amusement park that decides, hey, if it's in my head, I'm gonna do it.
Right. It's like a Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come.
Pretty much. So, but the name of the place is called Action Park. The reason why they call it Class Action Park is because they've been sued twice by the actual city of Greenwood, not Greenwood, New Jersey, but they've been sued by the state of New Jersey and by the citizens of New Jersey.
Yeah, because people were dying at that place.
Yeah, they've had, as far if I remember correctly, 3 deaths in like a 3 time span. They had so many injuries to their employees. By the way,
that's the fun
to their
part.
employees. The employees were the test dummies. That's the funny part about it. The employees, like, I mean, granted, $100 back then was $1,000 now. I mean, that's simple math.
To kids who,
if you're 16, you're making $6.25 an hour because that's before they raised it. That's before they raised it to $7.75. So you're making $6.25 an hour. Actually, no, you're making $5.50 an hour. I forgot because if they didn't change it to $6.25 until 1994. So you're making $6.50 an hour, $5.50 an hour.
Basically, you ain't making nothing.
You're not making anything, and I guarantee you that's what he's paying is that $5.50 an hour too. Because who's going to pay teenagers who are having fun running in the music parks? They were the ones running this music park.
Yeah, like you get zero benefits, but you get free rides. You don't have to pay
all
for
this. Yeah, this is all
your life
yours
every day. All you want.
So to hold up $100 bill, a $100 bill. I don't know why my southern accent has been trying to come out more and more lately. I think it's because I've been just stuck in this house with no one else to talk to. But it's the more I'm stuck in this house, the more and more my southern accent is coming out, and I'm like, just stop. I don't even talk that way. But anyway, he holds a $100 bill, and his employees are like, oh, what's this for? And he's like, okay, here's $100 if you go down to the slide that I just came up with in my head and had these guys build that, they're not professionals at building amusement rides, and I'm not a
like
professional.
Drawn in crayon.
Yeah, exactly. It probably was on a napkin, crayon on a napkin. So it's just a line with a circle and a straight. That's it. That's all it is.
Make it happen.
And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. And I don't think any of them didn't do the tube. I think they all went down the tube to get that $100.
Well, yeah, I'd do it for $100.
I would have too. I mean, that's the thing. It was the 80s and the 90s. You're holding up $100 bill.
I probably would have did it for
50. I would have done it for 50. I'm not even allowed to do it for 50.
I probably did it for like $20.
No, not.
Was this high school? We talking
high school? Yeah, this is
$20.
This is high school in the 80s.
Everybody getting paid.
I mean, 20. That filled my gas tank. That take me
I
on
do it for
a
$20,
decent.
but I wouldn't go first. I got
There
you
you
laughing.
go. There you go. There you
You gotta
go.
pick $100 to go first.
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you alive now?
Because
Hey,
once
Rick, you alive? Give you a thumbs up, like, yeah, I'm good.
as your friends come out, you're like, look, I'm gonna start my price at 20. But the more people come out hurt, the more my price is gonna go up. For each body that comes out with blood on it, that's an extra $20.
Exactly. Broken bones, that's an extra 100. A
Yeah.
coma, that's gonna run you about $500.
Yeah, that's gonna run you. And then I think somebody gets stuck in the tube.
Yeah,
I believe.
I'm trying to think like yeah, like people were getting like hurt. You know, like it's one thing to like scrape your leg and or cut yourself on accident, but like they were getting like bruises, fractures, stress fractures, you know, all types of stuff. And it's just and laughing, you know, getting out and like, yeah. You know, when you're a teenager, you get hurt. You're like, yeah, you more worried about being embarrassed than actual injury.
But there's adults there too, though.
I don't care, man. I don't care. 1980s are all probably on cocaine at the same time. Like, I have this great.
This is true.
Idea.
This was the time, the heavy coke time, and considering that fact that it was New Jersey.
Yeah, it was probably. Man, he probably.
And it was off a golf course too. It was off of a famous golf course in New Jersey at that. So
you know what the scary part is like the stuff they did make. Like, I wonder what ideas that they just like, no, we cannot, we cannot do this at all. Like, I mean, I'm sure there were crazier ideas than what was actually made. Like maybe
there was that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like maybe somebody jump off a cliff, bounce on a trampoline, you know, do a somersault, that type of stuff. Did you see a cartoon?
Well, there's that one that they did build, and ended up taking down. The one that okay, so I'm gonna do it with my hand. So the slide goes down, and it gets a hump. And then it humps up one more time, big one.
Oh yeah.
And it basically does like this. You know how they're doing the
rock skipping,
the airplane that does the zero gravity thing. It goes up and down and zero gravity. They're basically doing the same thing with that, and they were doing it with slides and blankets. And it was such a temporary ride. Nothing was hammered in. It was just basically on a hill, off to the side of another ride. It was just a steep enough hill where they could get this thing going, and they built it. Kid got hurt, and they're like, maybe we shouldn't keep this ride up.
Maybe we should make it faster. I think he got hurt because he was going too slow.
I believe the kid broke his neck. I'm not 100% on that, but I believe the kid broke his neck. So I know the one guy broke his neck on one slide. On the other slide that did the same thing, but they actually like kind of built it. They used blankets and made the slide higher and higher and higher. And then like one guy like broke his neck on it. So I know like, that one.
Like that's all it takes. Like I'm like, yeah, so-and-so broke his neck today at work. Like I just quit. Like damn, people. I know, right? I'm just here to make a little bit of cash. I ain't trying to break my neck at the same.
What does that remind you of? What does that remind you of though?
Oh man,
it reminds me of Tiger King, man. It reminds me of Tiger King. That woman who put her arm in the cage and got it off, and was back at work a week later, barely a week later.
Is that the only place hiring like in like a 80 square mile radius? Like what?
I'm gonna rush back to this place because so and so says that their advertising is going bad. So I'm gonna rush back even though I'm missing an arm. No,
it must have really, really been her fault. Like 150%. Like she must have just tried to put the food in the tiger's stomach, you know, and the tiger just bit it off. Like that's the only way, you know, it's 100% your fault. Everything else, it's a damn tiger, man. Like, of course, like you work with tigers, of course it's gonna your life is at risk every single time you go to work. And they're not even paying you a lot.
No, they're not. That's the thing. Did you see where she was? I mean, okay, we're on Tiger King here. We'll go back to it. But did you see the shack she was living in? Okay, I'm not gonna call it a shack. Did you see the house that it looked like she was living in? I don't know if that was actually her home. That's just how they set the camera up because you know how they
it probably was. She probably lived.
But it looked kind of shack-like. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it was, but it looked kind of shack.
She probably had like her arm up on the wall as like a trophy, you know, a battle wound, like a Medal of Honor, Purple Heart.
They had her sitting on a lawn chair, a low sitting lawn chair at that, not a high sitting lawn, on a low sitting lawn chair. with her legs splayed out, like, and she's just chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. Can you imagine like what the the producer and director asked, like, hey, so what happened to your arm, by the way? Oh, it got bit off. Like, oh, by what? By a tiger here. Like, oh, and you still work here?
Yeah, no,
All right,
right.
this is gonna be gold. This is going to be gold.
Yeah, like, wait, you want to come back when? Oh yeah, we want to film you coming back to work. Is that okay with you?
Like just numb, just bleeding the whole time. Like, yeah, I'm good. They gave me meds. I'm good. They got the cure. They gave me the vaccine. Said my arm should grow back.
Yeah, I'm a chameleon now.
Yeah, fuck that.
Oh my god! But going back to the part, so my favorite part of this documentary was having the son of the guy say how great it was that his dad just did not care what was in his head. As long as he thought it sounded good, he was going to make the ride. I'm like, that is cheating. That's the 80s and the 90s in a nutshell. If it sounds good, we're going to fucking do
probably
it.
Work. Yeah, we're doing it. If it doesn't work, we fucked up.
That was it. That was the 90s in a nutshell. I mean,
oh my god.
So I watched this documentary. I'm like, I'm reminiscing on stuff. I'm like, And some of the rides was I've actually been on. Not, of course, at that park, but at other water parks, those rides did exist. And you're like, that was it really as safe as they made it out to be? And I just,
it's not safe at all.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. I'm not a big water park person, but because I'm a terrible swimmer. Well, I'm not a terrible swimmer. I'm not good at like treading water.
But there's no swimming involved. It's literally you go into a little thing and you
like I always think, I don't know, you always think something's gonna happen. Like for instance, they got like the wave pool. Oh my god, that's one of my biggest fears.
They don't go to the wave pool. They don't go to the wave pool.
Yeah, but I don't want to be like, I mean, like everybody else going to the wave pool. I can't say.
You know what the wave pool is? The wave pool is for the kids because all they do is piss in that thing.
Wave pool are for the Olympic swimmers. That shit takes skill to survive. No. You got kids, you got people, you got flotation devices hitting you in the face.
But
notice, paying attention.
Notice you don't have anyone like from age like 25 to 45 in that mess unless they've got kids because it's nothing but a bathroom. It's a toilet. It's literally a toilet. Listen, all them kids pissing in that thing.
I'm gonna go to a wave pool. Like, watch out, kids. Time to face my fears. Like, who is this grown ass dude?
I dare you to go to a wave pool and wear like some white shorts and just go in it and see if they come out white. I bet you they come out yellow.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's what the chlorine is for. That is disgusting. Now I'm never going. See, I thought about it. Now I'm never going.
They had one ride at this park, right? And I had to get this part in because the shot that they decided to use, and so the shot that they decided to use was just pure genius. So they were talking about a slide that literally gives you an enema, which if you don't know what an enema is, it's basically a bunch of water going up your ass and cleaning you out and all that. So they were talking about a slide that will give you an enema as you slid down, like literally they would just shove water straight up your asshole.
Sounds like one of those bidets, the bidet all day.
Bidet all day pretty much, right? And the shot they had first, they showed these two younger guys, and the guys were like, "Yeah, they're so comfortable." And then they showed this family, and the woman. I don't know if you remember it, but the woman was walking she was walking all kind of funky, like, right. Oh yeah, I just got the worst thing. Yeah, it's like, I don't even let my husband do this. What is going on?
That is like, you get on that ride, you be like, yo, I feel violated. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
I'm pretty sure I was raped as a kid. What happened? I went on the slide and basically I am in the same sense. Oh my god, that's why I don't go to water parks. I don't go to anything that type of stuff could happen.
Oh my god, that was just funny. That was funny. If you haven't seen Class Action Park, it's on HBO. It's on HBO Max, man. It's on all HBO.
He's the reason why, that probably affected other parks to have to.
That's the reason why there's so many rules when it comes to the parks, and then people go out and they have like actual agencies. The states do, not federally, but the states have actual agencies just for that because people like that guy People like that guy said, you know what? I'm going to go as crazy as I want to.
But it
And
should
people are
always
going
be
to
a
come.
park like that. It should always be like, you know, you got your normal parks like a Busch Gardens and Six Flags and all that crap. But then you got like those extreme, like, you know, out somewhere in the country, like you got to know somebody to get there type of park where you can just do whatever you want. You know, drink, smoke if you want to, ride the rides, jump out of airplanes. Oh my god, yeah, that was a good documentary.
That really was. That really was. So getting out of documentaries here a little bit, you said you wanted something about Lil Wayne. What's going on with Lil Wayne,
man? This dude. So obviously he's been in the headlines past maybe a month. You know, boys with Trump, which is I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you have to kind of understand why he did it. He did it because of money. I mean, that's
money,
truly their only reason.
And a lot of things that was supposed only really affect like his, you know, income.
Yeah.
But this morning he well, I won't say this morning. This didn't happen this morning, but he was hit with federal weapons charges stemming from an incident in December 2019. Yeah, he was headed to Cali, took a pit stop in Florida, which you should never do. Never take a pit stop. And his private plane got searched. How? Who knows? For whatever. And they found drugs and guns. Drugs and guns. The lifeblood. The mini police department, right? Drugs and guns.
Drugs and guns, man. That's all they need. You put those two in the same place together. That's
and
gotcha.
It's in 10 years ago. I think was it 10 years? I don't know. I think back in 08 or 09, he did a year in prison for the same thing.
Oh yeah.
And now he's obviously a felon, and you know no felon can have any firearm possession or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
it's his private plane, obviously.
Yeah. Now he could face up to 10 years behind bars. You think he will?
Here's I mean, here's the thing about when it comes to federal charges. The feds don't bring charges unless they think they can get a conviction. And their conviction rate is unreal. It's like 99 or 98%. They have an unreal
but I mean he'll probably have to. I don't think he
will he do 10 years? Probably not, but will he do some years after he's already done a year? I would not be surprised, unfortunately. And that
they were saying
that might be another reason why he, endorsed the orange Cheeto. I mean,
get him out. Actually, that's what someone else was saying. Like, well, he better call Trump so you can get some charges reduced or dropped or thrown out. Still got time.
You got time. You got to January. You got to January 20th. How messed up is it that they came out with the charges, right? Mm-hmm. And Trump only has 70-something days. Not even, he only has 60-something days left in office. So there's no time for this thing to go to trial and them to get a conviction before he's out of office.
For Lil Wayne,
there's not enough time for Lil Wayne to go to trial and get convicted before Trump is out of office. So Trump couldn't even do anything for him yet.
Oh, anyway, just in general. Okay, no, I get what you mean. I mean, well, I'm sure, but I mean, they got lawyers. He got his money.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
On the wrist.
No. If he's already did a year for the same thing, I mean, that was his slap on the wrist. So he'll probably get another slap on the wrist, but it's going to be a much harder slap.
But they were saying like also that it wasn't like his guns and drugs. He was just in the vicinity.
But that's the thing, though. It's his plane. So since it's his plane, they consider it his possession. Because he paid for but I'm saying it was his company or himself who paid for the private plane. It wasn't the other members in the plane. So they're gonna go after the most high profile person they can get, which is of course Lil Wayne. I mean, we don't know if the other people got. We don't even know if the other people got charges. For all we know, they all got charged in that, and if they all got charged, then that's a bad thing because that means they don't need anyone to testify at all. They got you.
They say it was Miami Herald said at the time it was a tip about weapons and marijuana. I was wondering, like, how did they even know that was even there? It's like the plane flies in, it just reeks of weed. Like, holy shit!
I wonder if those tips that sometimes happen because same thing happened with what's the guy who died in the in the airport. That rapper, I forgot his name.
He died in the airport.
Yeah, he died in the airport, but he had coke. He had swallowed coke. Oh, what's his name?
This is
I know.
recently.
Yeah, and it not recently. Oh, there it is. Not recently, but it happened. It was Juice World. That's right. It was Juice World.
Oh,
So
I mean, he died. Man, I forgot he died. Yeah. Damn, I'll be forgetting.
Yeah, he died. He had a seizure at the airport. And everyone says he had a seizure because he swallowed the coke.
Damn.
He had coke on him, so they say that he swallowed coke, and that's why he had the seizure. So I mean, and that's all allegedly. So don't come after me. You know, I thought he had good music.
I don't know, man.
So,
I'd rather just take the charge than swallow a bag of drugs.
That's what I do. I mean, I'm just saying.
Like, it's like what has like, yeah, you'll probably get charged and maybe do some time, but other one has like a 90% chance it's probably gonna kill you. Or something bad is really gonna happen to you. And then if it doesn't kill you, you survive, and they just take you to jail anyway.
So yeah, that's exactly it. You survive, and it comes out of you like, oh, great, I'm glad you did that, but click.
Yeah, I was about to say there needs to be something you can like drink or take that just like
dissolves everything,
disintegrates all the like any traces of anything in you.
Like a high potent like stomach acid. Like this is like a super acid. So you take this, it turns your stomach into like ammonia, basically. Ammonia, and it's gonna it destroys everything. If it's in your belly, it's done.
If that, until somebody goes overboard and next thing you know, your stomach is burned through your actual skin.
Only take one cup, and someone drinks the whole bottle.
Your esophagus is coming out of your chest. Like, what is going on with this guy? Oh man.
Oh, so yeah, so Juice WRLD. This isn't allegedly. This is actually what he died of.
He's really dead. Yeah.
The rapper whose real name, this is from the New York Times, by the way. So you got a problem with it? Just go ahead to New York Times. Like I said, right. I enjoyed his music. The rapper whose real name was Jared A. Higgins died on December 8th last year as a result of oxycodone and codeine toxicity. So he had a bunch of oxy in the system.
All right. Well, he had something in there. So, but that's that's probably not the reason he died.
No, that's the reason. No, that's the autopsy report. That's from the medical examiner. So he had a seizure from swallowing all those pills because it was a drug raid. The raid turned up 70 pounds of marijuana in 41 vacuum sealed bags, 6 bottles of liquid codeine syrup.
Why do you need that?
That was it.
Damn. Well, Weezy, you should have swallowed that weed and them bullets. Like they do an X-ray. Like you have 15 cases of ammunition in your stomach. Like what's going on?
And then you drink the stuff, and it's like, okay, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, you get shot through the inside. Like, oh god, that'd be a horrible way to die. He got shot by himself. How did he shoot himself? He swallowed bullets
from the inside. From the inside.
He ate them. Oh,
so I'm just gonna touch on this real quick, so we don't end on this. But I'm touching real quick, so we don't skip it. So you remember that show Lovecraft Country? I asked you to watch, told you. I didn't ask you to watch it, but I told you that I was watching it. I was like, this show is like just the truth. I was like, this is a good show.
Yeah,
I even talked about it on here.
I liked it. I missed a couple episodes, and then I started watching something else. That was another good series, and I can still watch it. Yeah. I mean, I got to get caught up to date. But like once you're like 3 or 4 episodes behind, it's like, oh god, I gotta wait to season 2.
Yeah, because you like, do I want to binge it or do I just like? But this is one of those you should go back and watch, because I just got done with episode 9. Yeah, episode 9.
How many episodes is there?
10. There's 10 episodes.
Oh, so season finale coming up.
Yeah, because HBO normally does 8, but apparently they like this show enough. They gave them 10. So the same. So season finale, season finale is out, but I haven't watched it yet. They're all the episodes out on HBO. Okay. But I just now watched season 9, and it was regarding the Tulsa riots, the 1921 Tulsa riots. Mm-hmm. Not that I need to say the actual year, but we all know when it happened. Well, if you're black, pretty much, you probably know when it happened. Like, if you're black or brown.
Yeah.
But we all know it was Black Wall Street, and basically the white people there, attacked and killed, you know, hundreds of, let's see,
May 31st through
the
it was one day.
They're saying that the deaths were reported at 36, but now historians believe that 300 people had died because they were burning people in their homes. They were
insane.
burning people alive in their house. Wow. They were shooting people in public view, just walking around in the public.
And this happened
in 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So this coming up year would be a 100-year anniversary.
Yep, May 31st to June 1st will be the 100-year anniversary of the riots. I might actually have to go out there.
What to Tulsa?
Yeah, I might have to take that trip, man. I'm just saying because it's gonna as much information that's coming out about this about Tulsa, and the reason why is because a lot of people did not know or forgot about Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Tulsa riots. I was one of those. I did until I saw it on Watchmen. I had never heard of it. I never heard of it. I'll admit that. But I saw it on Watchmen. I was like, wow, I didn't know about this. So I decided to read about it. I wanted to learn. I wanted to, fill my brain with as much information about something so had such a bearing on our history that I needed to learn it. So I went and researched all that stuff, and it was definitely a dark time.
I'm and then some of the info here.
And then I got to thinking, it's like my great grandmother was born in 1918, and she was alive, up until I was 22. So till 2000, till she lived from 1918 till 2002. So it was, pretty decent life. And I gotta say, it is one of those things. Is like they lived through this,
Yeah, man. It's like it's scary to know that some of these people, not scary, but it's it's kind of interesting to know that some of them are still alive today.
Well, actually, the last survivor just died in 2018. The last surviving person.
But still, I mean, like, I'm sure their children.
But yes,
I'm in their minds.
Very fresh, very raw. I'm sure that, and especially now that so much more information is coming out in film about it, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't see things until it comes out on film. Right. A lot of people, that's the way they get the news is, I watched it on TV, and it's like, oh wow. So I watched.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
So I watched this thing, and without giving away the ending, not giving a spoiler. Montrose is Tick's father. Tick is Atticus. He's the lead male of the show. He's Letty's, Letty's is the female lead of the show. That's love interest. So Montrose is his father. Montrose at the end started naming and just going off of what happened to people during this riot, and it hurt. I'm not even gonna lie, man. That has got to be one of the most powerful 10 minutes of television I have seen.
Which episode is it?
Ever. Episode 9.
I'm gonna write that down.
It was so powerful that I literally had a tear come. Not even gonna lie. This is because man. This is because you think you watch this, and they make sure that they make sure that they want you to know that these were just good not good, just people, regular people, just going about their daily lives. And then you realize that your ancestor, actually, I'm not even gonna say ancestor, your grandparent, because these are people who were alive when your parents were kids. These were their great or normal grandparents who had to go and live through this. And you have to just listen to what they did to all these people. Yeah, and I guarantee you they did worse. But that last 10 minutes, man, I'm telling you, it's one of those that says, "Wow." I couldn't like my wife. I told her she need to watch it because she had feelings fall asleep because she works long hours. And I told her, I was like, "Look, you need to watch the last 10 minutes of Lovecraft Country." And she's like, "Well, how come?" I was like, "You need to watch it." So we were going to watch. She was going to watch it last night. And I was like, "I can't do it again right now. I can't." I was like, "I can't do it again right now." I said, "Maybe later, but right now I can't do it." It's
Yeah, I
one of
mean, I gotta.
those.
I mean, I'm trying to look up like the actual
The actual
info, like
happened.
the
Yeah,
yeah.
they actually is TulsaHistory.org. Actually, they have an actual some history, actually the history about it. Um, and it was something. So the reason why I brought this up is one of the reasons I brought it up is just well, okay. I know you haven't seen that episode, but what is your opinion? I know you've heard of the riots and all that. What is your opinion on our missing history that we just don't know until it comes on film?
Well, that's why it's important. I think it's important to, like you said, talk with. I mean, you shouldn't. I don't think TV and movies should be the source of. I mean, yes, it's helpful, but it's also like it's from a director and producer's point of view.
Yeah.
They show you what they want you to see, and and obviously with with Lovecraft Country, it's also sci-fi as well. So they still have to integrate that and all the other stuff. But I think it's important to get in touch with survivors or family members of the survivors and stuff like that to get like an accurate you know description
Yeah.
of what actually really happened. Talk to an older person. A lot of people expect their favorite, I don't know, news outlet to give them all the history and information that they know, instead of maybe talking to your great, if they're still alive, great grandparents or grandparents or even your
Mm,
parents. I mean, I'm sure they know a little bit more than you would. So that's why I think it's especially important. And now with the internet, man, like, and the way we can communicate with people, hell, I even had, I always bring up that I did the industry.com thing, but that's one
yeah.
of the ways I actually had someone reach out to me, like a distant cousin, I don't know, like maybe second, like third or fourth
Mhm.
generation. And, it just, I mean, nothing important, but just like, hey, I saw that,
Hey.
we're matched. But it's just stuff like that. You never really know. And, you got to communicate with those people and learn more about obviously yourself, your family, and
Yeah.
the history of them as well. So, it's, I think that's most important. But as technology gets better and, and things are coming more to light, I think that's definitely, we're stepping in the right direction, I guess, if
Yeah.
there is a right
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way I learned most of my history was I used to go over to my I had two great grandparents when I was younger. I was kind of lucky with that, to be quite honest, because I was able to
Mhm.
learn a lot of history from them, and they had my great grandmother Della, she did
Mhm.
not, she didn't want to talk too much about the past, but my grandmother Nell, she would share stories, and she wouldn't share like the hurt stories, but she would share stories of just how it was kind of growing up during basically the 20s,
Mhm.
the 20s and 30s, and there's this country still has a long way to go to
Oh,
where
of course.
everyone can at least feel like they're equal, but they have came from a much longer way.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, of course,
Just from just from the 20s and 30s. I mean, this country has leaps and bounds much better than what it used to do and
yeah, but
treat African Americans.
it takes a collective, effort, pretty much.
Yeah,
It takes someone to realize something is wrong and someone to realize something is right. So, but a lot of times you also can't expect it to be given to you in a sense. You got to take it.
very true.
Take back your history. You know, it's enough. You know enough now to have some sort of foundation and go from there.
That's exactly
At
true.
least that's my thoughts.
That's-
I don't know. I could be
no,
wrong.
no, that's exactly true. But we're not going to end on that, summer note. Just wanted to put that out there. Just if you get a chance, we're not trying to promote watching a lot of TV because we want you to get out there and get healthy.
Out there.
But if you get a chance to watch Lovecraft Country, you want to see the whole season down on HBO, watch it, and
Enjoy it.
Feel it.
I gotta
and
finish it.
then go and because it's going to teach you some things that I guarantee you didn't know about your history. And
I gotta watch it. Well,
and that doesn't
excuse me.
And that doesn't matter which race you are, what color you are, what nationality you are. Well, nationality, yes, as long as you're American.
Yeah.
It's going to show you. Yeah, it's going to show.
I'm Cambodian. Like, why do you tell me to watch this?
Yeah, it's going to.
I'm Asian.
Yeah, it's going to show you something about your history that you definitely didn't know and that you should know. It's not that you didn't know and you should know. It's something that you should know because you can always grow from that. But that being said, before we get to Florida, we want to talk about James Harden and how he's ready to leave.
Yo, James Harden and everybody else in Houston.
Tyson?
I don't know. One of them, if I had to fight one, it'd definitely be James Harden. But no, Mike Tyson, god damn, he looks like Mike Tyson, but just older with gray hair. That's no hair, but gray hair, gray beard. Yeah, man, he's supposed to be fighting Roy Jones Jr. I don't know when, but they've been training to fight each other, and like one of those exhibitions for charity.
Yeah,
but
I mean they're going to get paid a little bit of money from it though. Don't think they're not.
They get, I mean, just the hype will pay itself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure they're probably getting some sort of. I mean, well, Mike Tyson, at least a lot of people don't know who Roy Jones Jr. is. I mean, unless you are familiar with boxing. I mean, I do. You do. But like,
oh my god, he used to just go in. I mean, I'm just
saying, like, if you talk to a normal person on the street, and I said, "Who's Mike Tyson?" they would know. Versus me saying, "Who's Roy Jones Jr."
Because I mean, Roy was what he was a middleweight, I believe.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
I think he was a middleweight, and Mike being a heavyweight. You know, there's two different. And back then, everyone was watching the heavyweight, so I can understand people were watching more of the heavyweight.
Well, they gotta be at least similar in weight and size.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Roy's put on weight since then. You know.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But yeah, man, you got to see a picture of him. Yeah. But what's funny though is like, of course, I mean, Mike's they both boxers. Like they're not gonna lose that. Like, I mean, they may gain some weight, they may slow down, but like once you got them combinations in your head, it's just it's easy for them. They're not as fast. Don't get me wrong, but it you don't really lose that. And then in Houston, going to the NBA, James Harden and Russell Westbrook are probably going to be shipped out of Houston from the Rockets pretty soon here. James Harden was upset. This is rumors, but the owner, which I forgot his name of the Rockets, was a big Trump supporter apparently.
Don't know name. They said it. They said it. I can't remember. Oh my goodness. Who is the owner of the Rockets?
He apparently he's a big Trump supporter. I mean,
yeah.
Forget his name. I'm sure all the owners are, but
I mean, if you got Tillman for Tita,
who?
Yeah, for Titi. Yeah, Tillman for Tita.
Him, regardless.
Yeah,
but yeah. So that's why I don't know if that's the reason why he wants to leave. I'm sure there's other reasons, but he also turned down that 1 year, $50 million contract as well. I don't know if that was like a bonus or
$50 million for 1 year.
$50 million for 1 year.
Oh my god!
Listen,
that's crazy.
I don't care how much you're willing to pay me. I'm out of here. And then Russell Westbrook is pretty much on the trading block. And yeah, man, a lot of them are trying to go to Brooklyn Nets, and do their whole super team thing over there. So yeah, man,
they try to make a Brooklyn Nets super team. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and probably James Harden. They still can't be LeBron. They still can't be LeBron.
It was cool. I mean, it's been nice seeing Westbrook and Harden because Harden has carried the Rockets for years on his shoulders by himself.
Yeah, but he hasn't accomplished anything.
All he's ever accomplished was just getting to the first round playoffs.
He's just really good at getting second or third place.
Yeah,
he's locked in that position.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also had no help. Literally, I mean, they've never he had the Chinese guy. I can't remember his name.
The Chinese guy.
Wasn't he Chinese? I believe I don't want to say Asian and just like not give him what he's.
I know you're talking about Yao Ming.
Yao Ming, that's it. You knew I was talking about.
Yao Ming hasn't played. Yao Ming hasn't played in the NBA in like 20 years, like
It
15
hasn't been no
years.
20. No,
Yao
it's been
Ming
since like
retired. Oh my god, James Harden
in
wasn't
like
even in the league when Yao Ming was in the league. I don't
yeah,
think.
no. Well, there was a Chinese guy down there at the same time James Harden was down there. It was in 2012. I remember this very vividly. Yeah, I
He
could be wrong.
retired. Yao Ming retired in 2011.
So that basically his first year. His first year. Okay,
Yeah, but
that
he
makes sense.
but James Harden didn't play with the Rockets
No,
until like a
James.
couple years
No,
back.
no. James has been with the Rockets for years, man. For
No, but no, he was with the OKC Thunder. He got drafted in
no,
2009.
Westbrook was what? Yeah, Westbrook was at the Thunder.
Well, yeah, they both were at one point in time at the beginning of their careers.
Are
And
you
then
sure about
Harden
that?
and then Harden got traded to Houston
In what year?
in man, I don't know, 2000. I'm just guessing. I'm gonna say 13, maybe 2013 and 14. Like he's been with them for a while. I'm
I know
pretty
James
sure.
Harden was been because I lived in Houston when he was there, and that was in 2012. So I know James has been with them for a long
He
time.
Well, yeah, he started in 2012 at Houston, but he was with
Ah,
OKC from 2009 to 2012.
yeah. So I remember him carrying.
Yao Ming, that was funny.
Well, so not Yao Ming. So it was some.
It's some
No, okay.
Asian guy.
So not the Asian guy. No, Chinese guy, Asian guy. I'm sorry. I'm not saying it right. I may be saying
Oh my
it,
god, we're about
but
to get thrown off.
he has not had.
He was with some Asian, Chinese, whatever, same thing. Oh god, delete that. You gotta delete that. There goes the China market. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe you might be thinking of like Jeremy Lin. I think he
Okay,
played for Houston for a little bit.
it was probably him, but yeah,
That's probably
actually, that's been the only team that's recruited from China, I believe, is Houston.
what Jeremy Lin? Is that
Yeah.
he's born in America? I don't think. I think
No,
his parents are Chinese. I don't. He went to like
there's one player
Harvard or
who's
something.
no that yeah he went to Harvard, but it doesn't mean that he wasn't born in China.
So there's one player on the Rockets that's Chinese.
Yeah, it was one.
What's his name?
I mean, they're not exactly known for like their superior basketball skills. So
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. But anyway,
mean,
all right, what was we talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, James Harden is leaving Houston soon.
That's crazy.
He doesn't like the owner. I'm just gonna sum it up. All right, let's do what to Florida. I'm thirsty as hell. My mouth is dry. Oh my god.
All right. So, welcome to What the Florida.
Let's do it, baby.
All right. This is a story where I asked my co-host 3 different questions. My co-host right there. And boom, that guy right there. And he has to guess where these stories happen. They happen all in Florida, either North Florida, Middle Florida, South Florida, or Central. Let's call it Central. North Florida, Central Florida, South Florida. Okay. Let's do it that way. Of course, Tampa is not considered Central Florida because they don't know how to read a map. And and all he's got to do is guess what state they're in. It's going to be one of those three. I'm not going to break it down because everyone knows right now it's Jacksonville to Pensacola, and then everything below I-4 is South Florida. So you know what Central is. Okay. So let's get ready to play What the Florida. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Born ready. All right. Stay ready.
First story. This one might be kind of easy.
Well, all right.
So this guy decided he wanted a pole. He wanted to take a pole home, put it in his yard, and probably put an American flag on it. Probably one of those,
Yeah.
Trump 2020 flags.
He's still.
I'm about to tell you.
Oh, okay.
About to tell you. This guy, yeah, he decided he was crazy. Man who strapped utility pole to roof of car on I-4 charged with grand theft.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's on I-4, but see, here's the part. I gave you where it's at, but you don't know if it's that part of I-4 or this part of I-4. So
Okay,
Man,
read it again.
okay, I'll read the
Read
title
it
again.
And no, I'm not cheating.
Man who strapped utility pole to roof of car on I-4 charged with grand theft. FHP
Okay.
says.
I feel like I know where that's at.
A man is facing a grand theft charge. This all comes from WFLA, News Channel 8. So this is news. It didn't come from me. So this is fact.
I ain't say this. I ain't responsible.
Exactly. A man is facing a grand theft charge after troopers say he loaded a downed, so it was already down at least, utility pole onto the roof of his car and drove it to a recycling facility.
All right, I know exactly where that's at. That has to be here. Well, finish the story. I'm guessing ahead of time, but go ahead.
Florida Highway Patrol troopers say they were called to a report of a theft on Monday. They were told a driver on I-4 on Monday. They were told a driver had loaded a down power pole onto a small sedan.
Okay. All right.
That's
I got a good guess for that one, but I'm gonna hold up on it.
Well, you already say you think it's middle Florida, Central Florida, so we'll see.
No, I changed it now.
We'll see.
Maybe I changed it. I don't know. Did I?
I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. So troopers say they found the driver, identified as 71-year-old Douglas Allen Hatley on North Street. The Florida Highway Patrol did the utility pole in Hartley's 1997 Toyota at the scene. It was a Toyota Camry, by the way, just so everyone knows what kind of car it was. It was a Toyota Camry.
Prius. It's a Prius. I put a flagpole in a Prius.
And it didn't really mess up his roof, which is kind of funny. So that was story one. Story two.
Okay.
Come on.
Give me.
Come on. Oh no, I don't care. Computers running slow. I got like the fastest internet possible.
Yeah, mine hurt. Shit sucks. No, it does suck. That's just pretty good. But then it always tells me like this website is draining the majority of your battery. Like,
yeah,
I don't care.
I know, right? It's like I'm on here for a reason.
Right, we need to sign off.
All right. So this story's funny. You'll like this one. Actually, they're all pretty funny. Just saying. Florida man robbery suspect who walked out of the police department in handcuffs on November 2nd was captured 5 days later, still in handcuffs.
Yeah, damn.
You know that story?
How do you no, I don't know the story, but like I'm just wondering like how you get away.
Yeah, no, right?
How you smart enough to get away, but not smart enough to get the handcuffs off?
A 42-year-old armed robbery suspect who walked out of the police department in handcuffs on November 2nd was captured 5 days later, still in handcuffs. According to the arrest report, Ronald John Garou was initially approached by police for questioning regarding an armed robbery when he attempted to run away on November 2nd. Garou was arrested on an obstruction charge and taken to the police station, where officers wanted to further question him on the armed robbery. Police say Garou gave a fake name while at the station, while delayed identifying him before he could be taken to the county jail. During that delay, Garou was able to contort his body enough to get his handcuffed hands to the front of his body. Garou was able to walk out of the interview room undetected, make his way through the police station lobby and out the front door.
What a terrible police station.
I know. Like, God, man.
And he's wearing handcuffs. Like, what do they think? It's like a training exercise going on?
Oh, my God. Out the front door, man. Out the front door.
Sometimes the simplest escapes are the best ones. Listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk out of here. Guaranteed.
An intensive search was launched using the sheriff's office K9 and aviation units, but Garou could not be found. He had That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny.
Jesus. All right.
All right. That's story two.
Mr. Escapee.
Story three. Okay. Nude Florida woman caught touching herself outside chicken shop, found committing same offense again weeks after her arrest.
What?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
man, I
Yeah.
know where that's at. I know where all these is
Yeah.
at. I'm about to go undefeated. You want to read the story?
A woman who was arrested for public masturbation just a few weeks ago in the United States has been arrested again for the same offense. Vanessa Jones was completely naked on Monday, November 9th, when she was seen masturbating by passersby outside a chicken shop. According to the police department, police arrest report, Jones, 38, showed no signs of being drunk or under the influence of drugs,
Yeah, she's
and there was
crazy.
no evidence of mental health issues.
Okay.
Nevertheless, she was seen outside Popeye's Fried Chicken at 10 a.m. on November 9th, 2020, entirely naked and touching herself. Arresting officers also witnessed the defendant masturbating in front of the dumpster, completely naked, and later examination of the CCTV footage from Popeye showed Jones masturbating while fully naked there as well. Jones was previously arrested on September 30th for masturbating outside a 7-Eleven convenience store, a short distance away from where yesterday's offense took place.
That's insane.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So let's see. Flagpole guy. I'm going to say Central. I'm going to say Central for flagpole guy.
Gonna say Central for flag guy. Okay,
Number
okay.
2, Mr.
Wait.
Walks.
You're right about him. It happened in Lakeland. He was on I-4 headed westbound to Lakeland. So
I knew it. And then Mr. Houdini, but can get out of his handcuffs, but can get out of jail. I'm gonna say
out the front door though. I mean, that's the thing. He didn't walk out the side because you don't have side doors. So he got the side door or anything. He walked past the lobby desk. He walked past people to get out of this police station.
Where can you do that at? I'm gonna say South. I'm gonna say South Florida.
South Florida. Okay. Well, you would be absolutely, positively.
Well, you already said positively, so I gotta be right.
Should I give it to you? Because
thank you.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This one happened in Bradenton. So technically it's considered a part of here, but it's actually below I-4. So technically,
so
yours.
it abides by the rules, and that's two in a row. And then let me show you how to do the trifecta. The third story, Miss Crazy Lady.
And the thing is, I mean, she's not an unattractive woman. She's 37, so she's not,
South Florida.
Old.
Final answer.
I mean, why? I don't get it. I bet you she was doing it on her phone for like people. You're wrong. It happened in St. Pete.
Wait, what?
Yeah, happened in front of Church's Chicken in St. Pete.
That's what I said. Isn't that what I said?
No, you had
what did I say?
South Florida.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's what came out. But what I was thinking was Church's Chicken in St. Pete.
We had a trifecta here in Central Florida, in the Central Florida area.
2 and 1. That's okay. I'll take that any day. But usually, I usually do a lot better than that. So whatever.
And you guys at home listening, our audience, we're glad you're listening. I hope you play the game, because this game is getting more and more interesting now that people here in Florida are getting out and about. Did not change the rules. Did not change any rules. The only rule I changed was giving you Tampa to Central Florida when it should be South Florida. But whatever. I digress. Whatever. All righty. You got anything else?
I am golden.
I've
been saving in this pee for a long time. I've been holding it in.
Well, then I got to talk about this.
No,
this
thing. I gotta pee.
All right.
I remember I did that. I did that one time. I think I said this already when I was interning at the Bubble Lost One show. Like he said, "Hey, I said something." He's like, "Sorry, why don't you run the show?" So I got up on his chair, and like, his whole like interface was 3-4 different camera or monitors, and then after like 5 minutes, I just got up like mid show and went to the bathroom. Because for some reason I thought like the other people could like hold the show as I was going. Yeah, like I'll be back. All right, you guys. I have to go to the bathroom. I figured the fans will respect that. Well, you got to go. You got to go. And then I came back, and they made a big. They were just teasing me. It was like, damn, this dude just left a live show to go to the bathroom.
We're live, and you just walk out. Come on,
and come back. Yeah, I think whatever. I'm piss myself for y'all. No, hell no.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Well, on that last bit of funny information from our co-host, this has been the weekly review with Sean Rock. I am Sean Aquino Torres.
And it's your boy Sir Rock the Mic.
Thank you for listening.
Take care.